The year is 1933. It's 5 in the morning. The alarm clock isn't the gentle chime of your iPhone. It's the knife edge of cold air, slicing through threadbare walls. You don't wake up and check your notifications. You don't scroll through a news feed designed to make you angry before breakfast. You wake up and you go to work. Immediately. Because if you don't, you freeze. Today, our life is physically easy. We push a button for heat. We push a button for light. We push a button and food appears at our door. But somehow, we are more tired, more anxious, and drowning in more debt than people who had absolutely nothing. We traded physical labor for financial stress, and we're losing that bargain. In 1933, energy wasn't a bill you paid at the end of the month. It was a job you did every single day. If you wanted heat, you needed wood or coal if you could afford it. That meant chopping, carrying, stacking. The warmth of your home was measured directly by the sweat of your back. You didn't heat the whole house. That would be insane. You heated one room, the kitchen, and the family lived there. Light was precious. When the sun set, the productive day was over. Kerosene lamps cost money to burn, so you used them sparingly. You did your mending by lamplight, then you put it out. Nights were dark and silent. Today, we leave lights on in rooms we're not even using. We heat and cool empty houses all day while we're at work because it's convenient. We don't think about energy. We just consume it. And then we wonder why we're broke. Today, you turn a tap and clean water flows. Hot, cold, whatever you want. You take a 20-minute shower while scrolling your phone and don't think twice. In the Depression, for most rural Americans, water had to be earned. Bucket by bucket, from the well to the house. Do you understand what that means? Water is heavy. 8 pounds per gallon. A family of 5 might need 50 gallons a day for drinking, cooking, washing, livestock. That's 400 pounds of water, carried by hand, every single day. There was no waste. Clean water was for drinking and cooking. Bath water, often shared by the entire family, oldest to youngest, wasn't dumped when you were done. It was carried back outside to wash the porch, to water the garden, to give the chickens. Nothing was wasted because waste was labor. We have forgotten that water is a miracle. The biggest difference between their world and ours isn't technology. It's the mindset about stuff. Today, if something breaks, we trash it. It's cheaper to buy new on Amazon with 2-day shipping than to pay someone to fix it. We are the culture of disposability. They were the culture of reuse. In 1933, everything had 3 lives, 4 lives, 5 lives. When the 50-pound flour sack was empty, the cotton fabric became a dress for your daughter, a shirt for your son. When that clothing became too worn to wear, it became rags for cleaning. When the rags wore out, they were cut into strips and braided into rugs. When the rugs fell apart, the scraps became quilt batting. Nothing was trash. We buy things we don't need, with money we don't have, to impress people we don't like. And then we wonder why we're anxious. Their day was filled with what we would call drudgery. Maintenance, sharpening tools, mending fences, preserving the harvest, cleaning with homemade soap and elbow grease. It was hard. It was slow. It was physical. But at the end of the day, they could see what they had accomplished. The wood was stacked, the fence was mended, the food was preserved for winter. Their labor had meaning. Today, our daily life is a frantic race to earn money, to pay for conveniences that are supposed to make life easier. We are always busy, always rushing, always plugged in, but we are rarely productive in the same tangible way. We don't build anything. We don't fix anything. We don't create anything we can hold in our hands. We work longer hours than they did, but somehow they slept better. We look at photographs from 1933 and we feel pity. But perhaps we should feel envy. They lived a hard life, rooted in physical reality. They knew the weight of water, the cost of heat, the value of a shirt that could be mended one more time. We live an easy life, floating in a bubble of debt and dependence on fragile systems we don't understand. We are one supply chain disruption, one financial crisis, one grid failure, away from realizing how little we actually know how to do. They were resilient because they had no choice. We are fragile because we've never had to be anything else. The wisdom of 1933 isn't about going backwards. It's about remembering before we're forced to relearn.